Hi guys, Jesby in the UK, shooting another little quick update video re-proof of PHISING 3D. It's just gone 12:27 AM on the 8th of April. Was hoping to get this done on the evening of the 7th, but it's, had a few things to do, so this is run over. Well, since the last video, obviously the day before when we had a little bit of a run on people selling off, let's just go down and look at what's been going on really today, for the bulk of the 7th, as it were. You can see that was the big sell-off we had, where everyone was sort of into a panic sell, bouncing sort of back up. We went from the resistance point was just above the 11,000 ether, and then we've kind of leveled out around that 14. You can see there's been a fair little bit of volatility there. There's you know, you've got the people coming in with the buys. There are some sells going on. Got some more buys there to sell, and you can see the bits of the red coming in, but it's not given a great deal of movement on the actual amount of ether in the contract. It hasn't necessarily gone up, but it hasn't sort of dipped down either. I mean, there are two magic points now. We've got the one resistant point being the 11,000 at the lower end, and then obviously at the top end where we were just shy of hitting the 20,000. So you can see there, around about 19.7, which has kind of meant today that, if I can find the right tab, today I've still got some sort of rewards coming in, but it's obviously slowed down a little bit. So there's only 294 there at the moment. To be honest, I'm going to leave that running, because ideally, if I'm going to make an exchange over to the MetaMask wallet, I'd rather do it when it's at least $5. So all being well, tomorrow evening, that'll be on the I say tomorrow evening, it'll actually be this evening. It'll be the 8th of April on the Sunday. So we'll give that a good few hours to run. Once it's over the $5, we'll put that through over to the MetaMask wallet, which, if you remember, yesterday we took about 887, and I've got $40.31 now. So Ethereum's obviously gone up a little bit as well, which is handy. The other thing I just wanted to bring to your attention, obviously, when hopefully people understand the premise of the program and game, if you like, obviously when you buy in, whatever you buy in with in Ethereum, you lose 10% as a sort of a tax on it, and then obviously when you look to sell out, you're losing 10%, because those dividends that are sort of pulled from either a buy or a sell are actually being put back in and spread across those who are the token holders. So that's kind of the thing. Obviously, in an ideal world, what we're all looking to do as well, because that's another way of taking profit, is if the amount of people coming in and buying the coin, the way the smart contract's been geared up, for every purchase, the coin price increases ever so slightly. But conversely as well, if there's a big lot of selling off going on, then obviously the coin price will be coming down. But a lot of people are sort of questioning, I'm hearing all this sort of stuff about, because it's a smart contract, you can't do this with it, it can't be hacked, it can't be this, that and the other. If you are really sort of interested in looking in to the sort of technical aspects behind the contract, I've got to give a shout out to Crypto Yardy, who is one of the YouTubers out there who's obviously in this program as well, and he actually put a link forward for a YouTuber out there. I think this was this guy's first video, called The Crypt. I will put the link to this video there. If you've got, it is an hour and 10 minutes. I have sat through it all and watched it. Now, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but this guy really does sort of look at the ins and outs of the proof of PHISING 3D source code, and comes up with a lot of interesting stats really that actually kind of help you feel a little bit more reassured. I still would say, if anyone was to say, is it 100% watertight, absolutely safe? I think anything in crypto, guys, I still would hold a slight thing that none of us can really know. We would just like to hope, and with all of the plus points that this program seems to have. But this is certainly an interesting watch. I think it will give you a little bit more insight as to some of the protections that are built into the source code, etc. Yeah, so I think it's a good share. As I say, Crypto Yardi was the first one. Crypto Gems is another one that I sort of watch her videos, and she's now putting out a video with this link as well. So I think it's people within the community should at least watch this, because I think it'll give them a little bit of an education into the source code behind the program. Apologies about all the coughing, guys. I've caught some sort of a bug that seems to be just about to give me a cough, so not a great time to be doing videos. Let's just go back to the main page again. So we got the chart there. So that's the 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 day. Yeah, so you can see there, guys, if you come across from the 14,000 ether, that is kind of where we're at, really. It's a little bit of a sideways market at the moment. There's no real major breakthrough. We were on a slight uptrend, and then it's just sort of leveled slightly, so we kind of still need that wave to go up again. But yeah, at the moment it just means the activity is a lot slower, hence, you know, where I was pulling out sort of $8 and odd, the last one I did in $18 before that is when there was a lot of activity on the chart. So, but to be honest with you guys, I'm quite happy if that trundles along, and just, you know, if it wants to pull in sort of $3 a day, or you know, $3 to $4, whatever it'll be, I'll just wait for every second day and do the pullouts on it. Obviously this value is creeping up a little bit as well, which was good, because it was sort of around about 400 in US that was in there. So that's steadily climbing, but yeah, I do believe that we'll see a little bit more activity in this. A lot of the clone sites that I did mention, people are leaving those, so there was no real great threat there on that. And I think people are just sort of holding off. We've had that test of everyone's sort of nerve, seen where our resistance line was on the 11,000. So I think people will, over the next sort of week, start coming back into Proof of Weak Hands 3D. There was also mentioned on another one of the channels I was watching where the developers have actually said what they're going to be doing in the background is actually taking sort of screenshots of people's holdings, those who held their tokens, because they have another little project they're working on. It sounds like there's going to be another token, but they're kind of calling it a more serious token, and it does sound as though there's going to be sort of rewards for those in this program who've actually held their tokens. So one can only imagine, depending on how many you've got in Proof of Weak Hands 3D, could determine how many potentially, you know, it could be another form of a free token that will be allocated that will have a monetary value. Now, I can't say 100% that that's exactly what they're going to do, but that was the gist of what I'd heard. So it sounds as though, for those of us who held our nerve, didn't sell it all off, and are still in the program, there could be some interesting developments coming along the line. They have got some other things they're working on as well, but I think it's definitely one to be sticking with, guys. Don't let this sort of sideways sort of market, and it will feel a bit sluggish at the moment. Hold your nerve on it all. I can see within the next week this will be going back up again. And especially as people realise, those who are holding, there are going to be some other benefits to staying in with it, really. So that's it. Nothing crazy happening today. Got 294 on the scores on the doors, 294, but I'm going to leave that be for the moment. And then once we get over the $5, which all being well will hopefully be tomorrow, I'll take that into the MetaMask wallet. But as I say, if you get a chance, I'll put the link below. Might be worth you going and have a look at this proof of weak hands 3D from the Crypt, who has basically sort of gone through the source code. There might be some of it that will bore you senseless, but there are quite a lot of little highlights in there that just make you think, oh, okay, you know, that when somebody's gone through it and can explain a lot of the features that are in there that make it more secure, etc. You know, it is worth taking the time, if you've got it, to have a look at it. That's it for the moment, guys. I will be back tomorrow, and as I say, hopefully when I come back on tomorrow's one, we'll actually be looking to make another withdrawal, and hopefully we'll have seen a rise in the actual Ethereum in the contract as well. Anyway, that's it from me for now. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, and hopefully if you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Anyway, guys, catch you on the next one. Take care.